I am Johannes Simon Mukotedi and I'm employed by Velden-Duffey Incorporated as an attorney. I'm going to discuss the topic of resignation, to be specific, resignation with immediate effect. We are normally inundated with calls from clients inquiring from us the impact thereof. It's of importance to note that the relationship between the employer and the employee is regulated by the contract of employment, the agreement between the trade union, if any, and the employer, and all other relevant legislation, such as the Basic Conditions of Employment Act, the Labor Relations Act, and or if you are a public servant, the Public Service Act. Now, let us look at this question and what is the court's view. Remember, this question came before the court on a number of occasions, and it is of importance to make sure that you comply with such. In one case, in the Eastern Cape, an employee resigned with immediate effect, citing out political machinations. Now, he was faced with a possible disciplinary inquiry and or suspension. However, the employer never accepted his resignation and continued with the disciplinary inquiry. The inquiry ultimately made a decision and he was dismissed. The said employee approached the High Court with the intention of setting aside the decision by the disciplinary inquiry because at the time his view was that he was no longer an employee. The court considered all the factors and considered, amongst others, what the Public Service Act required, which was at the time that he was required to have served a notice period. The court ultimately dismissed his application because of the fact that he at the time was deemed to be an employee. In another case of Sihlali and the South African Broadcasting Services, Mr. Sihlali tendered his resignation by means of an SMS. Now, his contract of employment stipulated that his resignation should have been in writing or should be in writing. Now, the question which came before the court was, tendering a resignation by SMS, does it comply with what the contract required? And ultimately, the court made a decision that such was enough. Thank you. Should you have any queries and or any further questions, please feel free to contact us and or visit our website.